Jeff, how did your guys respond to getting out there and practices today?
Really good. Coach told the week's passion, and probably a good week for it, right? You got to check your why on why you do this, and that's what we challenge them on today is, well, why do they do it? And when you're a player, it's usually your teammates, the love of the game, maybe a family member, and when you're a coach, it's always your players. So in these kind of moments, you always got to ask yourself, why do you even do what you do? When you're walking in the field house at 5 a.m. and you're barefooted and you're 2 and 3 as a head coach and you're trying to think of how to get your team motivated for practice, you have to ask your own self, why do I do what I do? Like, why do I do this? And we really challenged them hard on that today, and they responded very well.
What kind of response did you see with that challenge from them today?
Just a lot more energy, a lot more juice. I mean, I can just tell it really got to them a little bit. But I'm speaking to myself too most of the time when I'm talking to these kids now. It's a lot easier to preach it than it is to live it. And when your self-identity, your self-worth is totally wrapped up in what people think of you because of how you play or if you win or not, it's a recipe for disaster because it's never good enough. And you've got to make sure you understand what your self-identity is and should be wrapped in.
In this crazy world where there's suddenly chatter on a Sunday and Monday and just the social media world, or is it completely possible for them to block all the insanity out that comes?
Well, unless you totally, unplug, like that I do. But even when you totally unplug, you have people that mean well, that let you know what everybody's saying because they feel like you need to know. And I've got to have people on my staff that had to know what some of you guys are saying so I can anticipate some of the questions. So to your point, it's impossible to totally block it out. But it's just better to be on a great Christian station on the drive home than it is to listen to sports talk, for sure.
Is there ever been a situation where somebody, close family member, has told you something that maybe that they saw, whether it be through media or social media, that it was like, hey, you know what? Is there the possibility maybe he's got a point there? Have you ever thought like that, or is it just kind of like, nope, they have absolutely no idea what the hell's going on?
No, there's never, not even you guys, there's never a moment where what you're saying is not somewhere around the truth. It's the only analogy I could give you would be just imagine if I came to you and said, every dang time you interview me, these freaking bright lights are right in my face and I can't even see what the hell I'm doing right now. Why don't you turn the lights down? You'd be like, well, there's a reason for blah, 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 blah that I wouldn't know. But in my opinion, it'd be like, well, he'll turn the lights down so I can see better. Stupid analogy, but we all could do it. I mean, if I knew anything about what Greg really did for a living, I would love to just second guess the heck out of him, right? But I've got Jake, climbing the chain of command pretty good in y'all's world. So I've got Jake sending me certain things to respond to Greg on all of his questioning so I can become more educated. And my wife included, she had to try to have certain scores when she was a principal. And she was always getting compared to other school districts. And no one really understands the dynamics of each school district unless you're in the school business. And to compare certain schools to other schools is totally unfair. But you can't stand up in front of the masses and go, well, this school has this is why their test scores are better than our test scores. And when I even speak to her in that language, she literally is like, I get it. It's just, there's just no way you truly understand unless you're really inside of it. And we have a wide angle, a tight angle, an end zone angle, and we have TV copies. And a lot of people studying it and watching it, and a lot of data on it. So, and it looks like it should be very easy to fix, and I understand everybody's frustration, and we have a history of fixing it. We just got to get to fixing it.
Jeff, stylistically, is there similarities between Rice and Temple and how they play? What do you see when you look at them on film?
I could see, you know, from a perspective of a fan, maybe just watching the game, yes, and how they want to run the ball, have some, you know, triple option aspects. But this team is way more like, no, you got just it's just the best analogy I could give you. It's more like a Naval Academy, and it'll be more of it's just what it looked like. I think when you watch the game, and you might have already been doing your prep, and you might have already started looking at them, you'll just see more of a true Army, Navy, Air Force type of look.
Is there a benefit when you play multiple teams in a year that run an option rather than something you have to prepare for once every couple years?
I'd rather never see it, but yes, if you're going to get it, you'd like to have, you know, we've gotten better just from having to defend Army all the time. We play them every year. So that has made us better, there's no doubt.
Getting Jamel Hardy back in the mix, how does that sort of change things for your offense? Or do you see from him getting to play a couple snaps?
If he gets back to what he was, I think it'll be a significant deal. How long is that going to take? I'm not sure right now, Greg.
What's success look like this weekend?
You know, we've got to get better, obviously, in certain situations. Like I said, we're playing good enough to be in every game. We're not playing good enough to win the game. And the ultimate decisions of whether you're good or not in this job is if you win the game. So I would rather win ugly than lose pretty any day of the week. And I know there's no way for you guys to really understand it unless you study it like we do. But there is a way you can lose pretty. I mean, we played well Saturday, and nobody wants to hear that until you watch the video. Yes, I wish my punter wouldn't have kicked the ground one time. Yes, I wish the ball wouldn't have been tipped up. Yes, I regret the throw on the sky throw that he hung up in the air. Yes, I regret on 3rd and 11, the back shoulder catch they made, we didn't knock it down. Yes, I regret the tidying up the seam when we had him played over and under him, and he went up and caught the ball. All those things, those are what makes the difference in the game. We've got to make more 50-50 plays. We got to protect our quarterback better. That's the first game we didn't protect our quarterback. You know, they got to him. He had 9 pressures and 3 sacks. We knew that was going to be an issue. Those defensive ends were very, very good. They did a really good job of maintaining their talent. We lost a lot of ours. They did a great job of keeping theirs.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank y'all.